How you doing, guys? I'm back with another Blu-ray slash DVD update. But before I get into that, I'd like to give a shout out to Blu-ray Evan. He's just recently hit 100 subscribers. And he's also holding a contest. I'm going to put the link to his channel in the description box, so go ahead and check him out. And if you want to enter his contest, go ahead. Alright, what was I going to say? Alright, I guess now on to the pickups. Here we go. So as you can see, first up we have Zodiac, and this is the 2-disc director's cut. I've always wanted this movie. For the most part, for the last little bit, I've only had the single disc theatrical cut on DVD, and I always felt kind of weird about just having that edition. But I held out for this one. As you can see here, the artwork kind of looks like the letters that the Zodiac Killer used to send to the San Francisco Chronicle back in the 70s. And this movie is based on a true story, for those who don't know. The film was directed by David Fincher, and it stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Robert Downey Jr. Just some of the actors that are in this movie. This release was originally through Paramount, but I guess they've been selling off a lot of their catalog titles to Warner Brothers to distribute for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. I noticed that before with some other releases from them, like the Addams Family and the Loved Ones. It's like they don't really see a market in doing their catalog titles, which is a little bit worrisome in terms of that whole streaming versus physical media thing. But when I picked this up, which was earlier today, I was kind of worried because it felt kind of light. But let's see if I can get this to open it right. There are 2 discs in here, which I'm happy about, because I thought for sure that I was going to open it up when I see 1 disc, and I'd be like, I'll be bringing this thing right back. They only had 1 copy, though. That was one thing I liked about that. But it's got plenty of special features on there, a commentary by the director, David Fincher, and then one by the actors, Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr., Pat Fisher, and James Ellroy and all that stuff. And there's a couple documentaries and stuff. So, really happy to have this release in my collection now. Alright, so next up we have Here Comes the Devil, and this is a Spanish movie, Spanish horror film. That came out earlier this year, but I couldn't find a copy anywhere. I knew the Family Videos had it, so I just played the waiting game for it to come down on price. So I picked this up for $7, which I was really happy about because they wanted $25 for it at Cinema One, and I didn't feel right about spending that kind of money on any movie actually at this point. This movie is about this family of 4. They have a mother, father, and 2 young children, a boy and a girl. And the children go off into the desert, into this mountain to play, and they end up getting lost. But when they finally get found, like the next day, something's changed with them. There's something wrong with them. And only the mother knows. No one else really believes her. I really enjoyed this film a lot. I think some people probably won't like this movie because of the ending. It's kind of ambiguous, but I did enjoy this movie a lot, and I really enjoyed the opening and closing titles are kind of weird. Right, there's the back. Alright, so I guess I'm done talking about this movie. Alright. Okay, next up we have Cheap Thrills, and this film reminded me a little bit of Would You Rather. I won't really get into the plot of this movie because I think you should, if you're going to watch this movie, you should watch it cold. Fortunately, I knew what the film was about before picking it up, but I really enjoyed this movie a lot. And I was kind of a little scared to watch it because of the subject matter. Not so much scared, but just uncomfortable about what the movie's about. But I enjoyed the film. And you should check it out, but just don't watch any trailers or watch any reviews after you see it. Alright, now we have Evil Dead Trap Part 2. I was kind of a big fan of the first movie. Like, it had some really great gore in it. I always liked the scene with the eyeball slashing, with the knife slashing into the eyeball. This movie is one of those in-name only sequels. And this movie is about a girl who's a little bit overweight, that she's sexually repressed, and I think the way she deals with it is by killing people. And her best friend is this news reporter, and she kind of gets off on murder scenes. This is such a weird movie. It's a pretty cool character study, but like the last 20 minutes, it kind of becomes like a David Lynch movie. And it's very odd, but I enjoyed this film a fair bit. Alright, now last up for the update, we have The Guardian. And this is the out-of-print Anchor Bay edition. I picked this one up at Game Cycle recently. My wife had given me a gift card for my birthday, and I couldn't decide what I wanted to get with it. But this copy had been at Game Cycle for a long time, mainly because they had overpriced it. You know, that's the thing I hate about them. They take in movies from people. When they find out that it might be worth something, they jack up the price. And originally they wanted $40 for this thing, but it sat there for like years, like at least 5 or 6 years. So they finally dropped the prices down to something reasonable. So I figured, like, if I'm going to use this gift card, I might as well get something that's still worth something. Because this movie used goes for like $50, and the brand new sealed copy goes for like $100. So I figured I'd pick it up. So this movie was about this young couple who just had a baby, and they decided to hire a nanny. And then the nanny they get ends up being like some kind of Jewish priestess, and she worships some kind of tree god, and she feeds babies to the tree god, and that's pretty much what the movie's about. Originally, Sam Raimi was supposed to direct this movie, but he backed out. And William Friedkin took over, and I guess they had all kinds of problems with the script as they were going with this film. And the star, Jenny Seagrove, she thought they should drop all the supernatural aspects and go with the just a crazy nanny who steals babies. But the producers, they didn't like that idea. They didn't think anybody would go see a movie about that. And then a couple of years later, when The Hand That Rocks the Cradle became a huge hit, she called them up to tell them that she was right, and they were like, we don't want to hear about it, because they were kind of embarrassed. But for me, had they dropped all the supernatural aspects, I probably wouldn't be buying this movie. This wouldn't be my update right now, because I just wouldn't have cared that much about it. So, still has the art card in it. Somebody actually had wrote their name on this disc, and I just went and cleaned it off. I didn't realize it at first when I saw the disc, because like it had a big black mark on it on the front. I just went and got the alcohol and wiped it down. So let's pull this out real quick. There we go. There's the chapter selections. So, alright guys, that's my update. Be sure to subscribe to Blu-ray Evan if you get a chance. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.